this morning, a teenager is dead after a rollover in the Southern Valley. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says a 16-year-old boy was driving on a Sargent County road just north of Cogswell around 9:30 last night when his car hit a deer and rolled multiple times into a ditch. State troopers say the teenager was thrown out of the vehicle during the rollover. The victim's name and hometown are not yet being released. Another crash last night sent a 19-year-old to the hospital with serious injuries. This one happened on a gravel road about 5 miles north of Jamestown. State troopers say the victim was driving a dirt bike when he entered a ditch and hit an embankment, which caused him to go airborne. The teen was tossed from the bike and had to be airlifted to a Fargo hospital. No word yet on his condition. The National Guard is being called in to help with mass testing for the coronavirus at the Cass County Jail today. Every inmate and staff member will be tested. Jail administrators say this is a preventative measure and that right now there are no known positive COVID-19 cases with staff or inmates inside this facility. The testing will establish a baseline and help with future restructuring of the general population to make room for new arrestees coming into the facility who will need to be isolated. North Dakota officials are reporting a total of 44 deaths in the state linked to the virus. 37 are due to the virus. 4 are patients who died with the virus, and 3 death records are still pending. North Dakota added 31 new positive cases, 26 of them in Cass County. The state considers 712 cases as active, with over 1,200 patients listed as recovered. Minnesota, meanwhile, is reporting 9 new deaths linked to the virus, bringing the state's total to 731. Health officials also report another 705 positive cases, pushing Minnesota's total over 16,000. Nearly 11,000 patients are listed as no longer needing isolation. It's now 4:33. Let's get a check of that first alert storm team forecast. We all want to know just how hot it's going to get again today. And we check in with meteorologist Lisa Green, who's working from home. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. If you liked yesterday's weather, you're going to love today's too. We're looking at temperatures yesterday that almost got there. We almost got to that 80-degree mark, 79 in Grand Forks and 79 in Fargo. So it was a warm one and a windy one, and we can expect to have more wind on the way today and warmth. We're looking at temperatures that are into the 40s and 50s right now. We're at 55 degrees in Fargo and 48 in Grand Forks. Everybody on the nice mild side here as we're starting off our day. So looking good here temperature wise. Our wind speeds are out of the east or southeast. We've got 1 gust in Jamestown to 23, and the rest of us still looking a little bit light as we are taking a break from the wind overnight, but heading through the day today we're going to see more of that with some clouds streaming through. Keeping an eye on the Atlantic with Tropical Storm Arthur. It's moving off to sea already there. You could see that we're looking at some conditions that are going to be rather quiet, or rather rainy for the East Coast as this system moves on. I've pointed out where Arthur happens to be now, so it's already moved off, and they're dealing with rain from another system down in the Carolinas. Here's a look at your conditions right now in the valley. We've got some great weather here to start off this morning. We're starting off with some 40s to some 50s yet again. And as we head our way through the morning, expect to enjoy some mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies once that sun is up before 6 a.m. And we will watch as temperatures rise. We'll see some numbers back into the upper 60s, even some low 70s. I think the potential's there by the noon hour with that southeasterly wind, same as yesterday. And as we head into the afternoon, looking at temperatures getting into the 70s. And yes, I do think there's a shot at getting to 80 degrees in a couple of places in the valley. A lot of those metro areas like Grand Forks and Fargo tend to warm up a little bit more, and those may be the locations that see 80. We'll see wind out of the southeast continue to be brisk here for today. And as we head into tonight, staying mild, staying breezy into your evening hours. Expect to watch those winds stay on the strong side late. And once again, that keeps our temperatures up overnight. Heading into Wednesday, you can see that we've got some cloud cover trying to stream in and maybe a few sprinkles in our eastern viewing area to start off the day on Wednesday. So here's our photo today. This looks like summertime heat here with the sunset in Clay County. Thanks thanks, Jean. Love this photo. It looks nice and warm. And a look at your 7-day planner. We've got warmth and wind the next several days. As we head into Friday, that'll be our next chance for some rain and thunder. Saturday, may see some showers Saturday night, but right now the models are holding it off until Sunday, so you may get a decent day in on Saturday for your holiday weekend. Something that will bear watching, though. I am hoping we get at least one day or two where we're looking pretty good. And for Memorial Day, for any services or plans that you are looking at for the day, we're looking at some pretty good weather. Temperatures into the 70s and some dry conditions so far for Memorial Day. So all in all, looking like summertime here in your 7-day planner.
Sounds great. Thank you, Lisa. Firefighters in Brainerd, Minnesota are blaming a fire at the City Hall on something to do with a construction project going on there. About a dozen employees were evacuated right around noon yesterday when the fire started on the roof. Most of the city staff was working at home because of COVID-19. There's no word yet on the extent of the damage. Some non-essential businesses in Minnesota are reopened, but under new restrictions. But not every business in the state is unlocking their doors just yet, just because they can. Some owners who announced plans to open ahead of schedule against Governor Walz's June 1st order now face a lawsuit from Attorney General Keith Ellison, who's seeking penalties of up to $25,000. The owner of 2 businesses in Detroit Lake says she won't take any chances by opening early, but she is excited to get customers back inside.
If we get the go ahead for June 1st, we are going to be ready to go on June 1st, and following the safety procedures and social distancing, sanitation, everything that goes in with it on opening.
Bars, restaurants, and salons that go against Governor Walz's executive orders can face criminal charges that carry fines up to $3,000 or even prison time. North Dakota is going to use $750,000 of federal coronavirus aid to live stream legislative committee hearings at the Capitol ahead of next year's legislative session to ensure remote participation amid the COVID-19 outbreak. A legislative committee yesterday voted to fund the project, which includes enhancing web conferencing among lawmakers. 700 soldiers from the Minnesota National Guard are making plans for deployment to the Horn of Africa this summer. It's part of Operation Enduring Freedom. The 135th Infantry includes people from Fargo, Grand Forks, and Brainerd. The soldiers are expected back in the States in the spring of 2021. And in case you missed it, here's that B-52 bomber from the Minot Air Force Base flying over Fargo in honor of frontline healthcare workers during the coronavirus pandemic. It was quite the view. The Warbird's aerial salute buzzed Sanford Health in Fargo yesterday. Staff members plus dozens of onlookers were lined up along 23rd Avenue South, watching as the B-52 flew over the hospital. The pilot and crew then headed to Grand Forks before heading back to Minot. A shocking medical revelation by President Donald Trump. Next on the Valley Today, why Democrats are calling his actions reckless.